is Tuesday, April 25th, and this is kind of a surprise live that I'm doing. I went live last Tuesday and I really enjoyed it, so I thought I would pop on here again today. So um, most most of my viewers probably don't even know to turn on YouTube, so that's just fine. So if you are watching this later on in the replay, thank you for joining us. When I did this last week, I don't know what button I hit. I'm not sure exactly what I did because that was only my second live. So I did something and accidentally created a copy. So I had two of the exact same thing. Um, on my channel. So they each got around 100 views each, and I have no idea what I did. So I'm going to try my hardest not to do that this week. But if this does kind of become something I enjoy doing, I will probably try to be on here on Tuesday afternoon, evening, a little more often because yeah, that seems to be like what works out with my schedule. I don't want to pin myself down to a certain time yet or anything like that, but we'll just kind of see how it goes. And I certainly don't know if I will every week, but in my mind, I kind of like the idea of being able to do a recap on Tuesday of the content that came out the previous week. So we'll see how it goes. If it doesn't go well at all, we'll stop. I also wanted to show you, I have got a sneak peek of Friday's video. So that's all I'm going to say. I just thought I'd show you my little hat, and it's like a, I don't know if you'd call it a bucket hat or a cloche hat. I don't know. But I like it. I made it up. But yeah, that will be on Friday's video, but it's not a hat tutorial. So you'll have to figure that out and wait and see. If you are not subscribed, I would love it if you would consider subscribing and turning on your notification bells. I do try to upload my Friday video between 3 and 4 in the afternoon. I'm Central Time. So with all of that being said, thank you to anyone who is joining me. But yeah, I thought we could kind of go over a little bit about last week's content. It was, you know, a two-parter where we went over all of that stuff. Thank you, Rose. I appreciate that. I made it with the intention of it being a bucket hat, but then my daughter was kind of like, yeah, it looks like an old-timey, like 1940s hat. So I don't know, but I went into it with the idea of it being a bucket hat. So, but yeah, going back, sorry, I do get easily distracted on these, you guys. I am not super used to doing live, so I'm fidgety and I feel like my brain is like all over like a pinball. So sorry, I'm not usually this much high energy, but that's how it is today. But yeah, so last week I did put out some different content involving organizing my yarn room, and that was a big deal for me because it really needed to be done, and I have failed in the past, and this was definitely my most successful attempt. And I think maybe because I had the motivation of being like, oh, here's the first video, now I have to come up with the second one. So it did force me to follow through, and I am really enjoying this. And my husband was a little concerned that the yarn would take over the entire spare room, but he did admit that it looks nice and it's not as terrible as he thought it would be. So I do like it. So I had part one and part two, and then I did a podcast revolving that as well. So the podcasts on my channel are definitely not replacing the regular video content, but I just like doing them, and I think it kind of fits in well with the whole like Shannon talks yarn type of thing. So I'm just going to keep doing them for now. And kind of like these lives, I like the idea of it being like one more, what do I want to say? Like one more avenue of addressing the same information. So, like next week, I will have my video out on Friday, and then I think like Monday I will do a Monday would be like the podcast episode, and then Tuesday, cross your fingers, I might be able to do a live again. And then, if you don't know this, I've been working on putting together a blog. So I don't have a lot of content on there. I think I've got like, I don't know, 6 or 8 posts. So then I'll try to do that like on Wednesday, is have that blog post up with the other information on there too. So we'll see. It is all kind of trial and error and learn as I go. But yeah, so if you have any questions about how the organizing process went for me, go ahead and put that down in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer any of that. But I didn't really have a set system or anything. I do like I said, that Clutterbug channel where there's like a little test you can take, and it kind of tells you a little bit more about what your style of organizing in, which kind of helped me focus my efforts more. I didn't really spend any money on this project. I had previously purchased the Dollar Tree bins when I had seen them. That was maybe a month or two ago, because if you find cute bins at Dollar Tree that are the color you want, you have to snatch them up like right away because they won't be there the next time. But I think I spent about maybe $12 on Dollar Tree bins, so I didn't think that was terrible. And then my organizers in my closet, I had had those for a while, and I had garage saled them, and they were each only a couple bucks each. And then of course the totes that I had were a little bit, whatever totes cost. But I believe we had bought them at Menards, and we had gotten them closer to the beginning of the year, like when a lot of the stores put out organizational type stuff at a slight discount. So, but even so, I mean, 20-25 bucks for storage is still pretty good. So yeah, no real system as far as how all that went. Uh, but I did have to really concentrate on like putting it in a way that my brain would be able to function. And for me, I have to be able to see things because it disappears from existence if I can't see it. So the clear definitely helped, and I do like actually having all of the stuff like in the room so I can also see it and not forget about it as well. So um I did have a few comments suggesting that we could build another thing of shelves in the back of the closet. And that is actually a terrific idea. So I want to thank everybody who did suggest that. And I don't know how soon we would actually get to doing that, just because we live in a farmhouse that's over 100 years old, and we've got so many projects. So many projects. But that is a really, really good and helpful idea. So I hope I can implement that in the future. But it's just one of those things, you know how that goes. But I am looking forward to kind of swapping out the different yarns and seeing how that goes. I did compile my organizing resources on a blog post. Um, I would have to agree, Rose. It does make really beautiful decor. I mean, think about any other thing where, like, number one, if you go, even if you're going to like Hobby Lobby or someplace where it's not very expensive, yarn is still probably cheaper. And we love it and we like to look at it. And when it's sitting out, you get to touch it and feel it and squish it too. So that's even better. I do have to I can't have any like little displays of yarn in the rest of my house. I don't know if you've seen any of the older videos I've done, but I have a little kitten, and I think he is 7 or 8 months old now. He showed up at our farm or on our property. We don't have like a farm, not like a working farm. We just live in the country. He showed up on our property, I want to say the week before Labor Day. So we ended up getting him vetted and everything, and he was only like 6 weeks old at the time, like he was just weaned. Um, And so he has been living with us inside ever since, but I cannot trust him with yarn. Cannot trust him. So it would be all over the place. So this is the only place that I do get to look at yarn. It's in this room. So, but it also helps me like be able to come in here and create a little more content. So I am enjoying that. But yeah, so far I have only had positive results. My daughter did come over and visit, and she enjoyed. Like she said, it looked really pretty and everything. So, the two people that matter to the most to me gave me the seal of approval. I have not had anyone stay in this room yet, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it was definitely a fun project, and I don't know if I'm like in the mood to organize other parts of my house because yarn is just something I enjoy, and I enjoyed being around it. But I am hoping that this helps me not like double buy things. Like it's easy to do when you are a person who forgets things exist. And I hope too that it kind of helps me just go through and actually cycle through a little bit more, because like if I empty one of these bins I'll have to fill it again, right? I don't know. Write down like in the comments or in the chat, like if you have any other yarn organizing tips that I did not mention, in the video or the podcast or the blog post, just because I think that's helpful for anyone who is searching YouTube for yarn organization and they come across a video and then they can go in the comments, and it's like beneficial to not only see the video but see what people are saying. So yeah, if you have something, definitely write it down in there. But I just also want to thank everybody for the good response that I got on those videos. So definitely some positive reinforcement for me that I need to keep it clean, and that it worked. So I do appreciate that. But yeah, so I want to again just say thank you. And if you are around on Friday, I will have a brand new video where you will learn a little bit more about this and kind of what it's got going on. Like I said, it won't be a tutorial. It'll be something a little bit different that I'm excited about. But I am going to go ahead and pop off of here. But I want to thank the few of you that did join me for the surprise live. And yeah, kind of keep an eye out in the future. Maybe I'll let you know a little bit further in advance if I will be going live that Tuesday or not. Anyway, thanks for talking yarn with me, guys. Bye.